Stuart, this is dreamland. A poor season by your standards, scratching around in ranking event quarterfinals, and here you are producing arguably the best snooker of your career outside winning the world title, and you've taken your second big one. What a week.
Yeah, unbelievable. It could have all easily not happened. 4-1 against Kyron. Obviously, the double went in. Go 4-2 and change the whole match. That don't go in, and I'm 5-1 down. So I'm not here to win it. I've always felt like you got to make something happen, and luckily for me, it did. To get my hands on that trophy finally means everything.
Psychologically, you showed real toughness, especially tonight. 5-3, first session goes well. Ali comes out of the blocks, 4 frames, beautiful snooker. What did you say to yourself in that interval when he was, suddenly on a big roll?
I was saying to myself, the loser's speech. I was actually getting ready to lose this.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking all the things that obviously Ali played brilliant and this and that, and it'd have been fitting obviously in getting his hands on that trophy, the Paul Hunter trophy and all things like that. I was thinking. Again, I had a coffee and a Mars bar, and it seemed to just calm me down. I got out there. I maybe Ali missed the first couple of frames back, and I went from strength to strength then.
Going into what turned out to be the final frame, getting out of that snooker from behind the yellow was a superb shot, and then that long red and the perfect position on the black. Bearing in mind the context, is that just about the best shot you've played?
Yeah, I was trying to leave the white near the top cushion sort of to land perfectly on the black was like a bonus really. It's one of those, like you say, you got to push a boat out, and that was my moment, and it went in thankfully.
And I guess that shows that right under pressure, right when you needed it, you delivered your best, and that's what champions do. You're now getting towards a stage, having won 2 of the big 3, that you're right up there. From 10 years ago, you were just a journeyman. You couldn't put a big win together for love nor money. People said, he lacks bottle, he hasn't got the mental concentration. If someone had said to you then, a decade ago, that fast forward 10 years, you'd have won 2 of the big 3, would you have believed them?
Definitely not. Obviously, where the game's changed with Barry taking over and putting so many tournaments on, I'm maybe probably his biggest successor from it all. Absolutely unbelievable. 10 years ago, maybe probably round at like 25 in the rankings, and all of a sudden, the game opens up and got my hands on an Australian trophy, and then it's all gone from strength to strength.
Would you rank this equal to the world title? If not equal, it's pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close. The world is the world, but this is, as you say, it's a close second, especially with what's happened over the last sort of 4.5 years since then. It means as much. You're trying, aren't you? You're trying to get.
No, I'm not trying. It's just I could tell there was more emotion from you at the finish when you were waiting to be interviewed by Hazel than there was 5 years ago. I think 5 years ago it was more euphoria, where this was definitely more emotional, and everybody was there, and it was just a great sporting moment.
Yeah, I just think where I'm so tired from the last couple of days, I think it just all come out, and especially at 7-5 down, the way I was thinking. How I put sort of the 4-5 frames together to get over that line was, I ain't got a clue where that's come from, but as you say, champions are champions for a reason.
And just finally, of all the Masters I've worked on, in terms of atmosphere and the crowd participation, I think this has been the best. And of all the players who've played this week, you, above everybody else, looked as though you were enjoying it and you weren't intimidated by that noise. You were actually inspired by it. Did you take some energy from the crowd and the high fives that have become your trademark over the last couple of days?
Yeah, definitely. The first match against Mark Williams was tough, not having a good record here. But once I got through that, I've always played with. When I've played well, I've played with a smile on my face and enjoyed it all. I did enjoy it, and get the crowd involved. Pretty similar to sort of the shootout. If you can get the crowd on your side, that's a couple of points extra, sort of thing. On your side. So It felt like sometimes it felt like a bit of an exhibition, getting the crowd involved. Even the second frame today, once I've won the frame, I was like, come on, it's like a bit of Bubba Watson trying to get the crowd involved, but they was all quiet for the shot, and it was like, no, come on, keep going. But
it's all right. It's not the trophy. It's not the trophy. You're okay. 250 quid fine. That's all right. You can afford it. Stuart, world champion, Masters champion, press room table wrecker. Mate, it's been an absolutely epic week and a pleasure to watch you. Enjoy your year as the big champ.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. Appreciate it.